Well, I am back from the Ohio Bigfoot Conference. It was a great weekend, a lot of fun. Got to interact with a lot of folks, which was really terrific. And if you check out my latest videos, some of my latest videos before this one, those are some of the videos, those are all the videos I took at the OBC 2025. So I hope you enjoy those. Anyway, back to business. This is a website called ogopogoquest.com. A fellow named Bill Stasiuk. He was in a documentary from Small Town Monsters called Cursed Waters, which is really good, by the way. I highly recommend it. It's about Ogopogo. Look at this drawing. Look at that. Now, there are some witnesses who claim that they see horns on the creature. I don't know about that. I'm not sure if it has horns or not. I don't think John Kirk ever described it that way. And he's had more than one sighting. He's had 11 sightings of Ogopogo. Now, Bill is from Kelowna, which is on Lake Okanagan. And the history of Ogopogo, Nahaitku, is the actual Syilx language name for the creature. Ogopogo comes from a song, kind of a silly song, a British song published in 1924. Arlene Gall was the main biographer of Ogopogo. She had a sighting or two, and she was an early investigator of the phenomenon. That's according to the documentary Cursed Waters. And the website, I kind of learned of the website as a result of that documentary. So if you guys want to check it out, I'm going to include the link to this website in the description below. Watch. Pair of mystery creatures spotted dashing through the Louisiana yard. Is this supposed to be the creatures in question? I don't know. There's a photo of, looks like some closed circuit TV cameras. I think this is the footage. They look like mundane animals to me. Dogs, perhaps? This is in Louisiana. Does Louisiana have wolves? I never heard of wolves in Louisiana, but then again, I do know someone who claimed they saw a wolf here in Mississippi. So, it's not out of the question that there may be wolves in Louisiana. I don't know for sure. Let's get another look at this footage. I'm pretty sure those are mundane animals. Perhaps mangy coyotes. They don't look mangy, but this just seems to be a bit too clickbaity for me. I reported on it because I didn't know exactly what was in the footage. I hadn't seen the footage until now. They're probably something more mundane. Probably not cryptozoological creatures. So, nice try, but let's try a little bit harder, guys. Has Nessie found a friend? Two monsters caught on camera at famous Scottish loch. An incredible new clip. Jaw-dropping footage captures the moment two loved-up Nessies emerge from the depths of their watery abode in Scotland. Or so claims monster hunter Eoin O'Feodegan, who spotted the two captivating shapes while watching the famous Loch Ness via webcam. On close examination of the footage, there are actually two creatures breaking the surface, he said. The first disturbance that rose up out of the water was of a smaller height and also not as long as the second. The second was longer and higher, out of the water by at least 4 feet, with a distinct hump at the rear and a smaller one at the front. I believe the images represent two Loch Ness monsters. In Eoin's footage, two mysterious shapes can be seen surfacing in the distance, one after the other, separated by a short expanse of water. In subsequent clips, captured a few minutes later, one shape resurfaces nearby and then moves steadily south against the flow of the water. Are we sure these aren't two boats? They look kind of flat to me. Has he ever been to Loch Ness? I don't know. Now, these are webcam observances. These are not actual observances, so they are not counted as actual sightings by the Loch Ness Investigation Bureau or the Witness Bureau. These are not counted as official sightings because they're on the webcam. An actual sighting is where you're at Loch Ness and you actually see the thing in the water, or what you think may be Nessie. Which there's always the possibility that it's not Nessie, but hey, you do you. I guess some people like to think that they're seeing Nessie, and their eyes are playing tricks on them. Oh, wait a minute. I guess you can actually watch the footage. That looks kind of like a boat. Well, there does appear to be something moving on the surface. A boat, perhaps? They look like two boats. Maybe the guy had Nessie on the brain and thought, hey, what's that? Out in the loch. Could it be Nessie and two of them? I'm not so sure about that, to be quite honest. But hey, let's keep looking. You might find something, you never know. Now here's something interesting. Unearthed 1938 police report reveals efforts to protect Loch Ness Monster. A recently unearthed police report from nearly a century ago reveals one local authority's efforts to protect the famed Loch Ness Monster from a harpoon-wielding hunter. The enlightening document was reportedly found by researcher Kenny Welsh, who serves as a staff member at the Loch Ness Center tourist attraction. Composed in 1938 by Inverness Shire Chief Constable William Fraser, the report indicated that he'd recently learned of a Londoner who was determined to catch the monster dead or alive. This individual, identified as a Mr. Peter Kent, seemed to particularly perturb the constable as he recounted how one of his officers had recently encountered the man and was aghast at his plans. Welsh wrote that Kent told the cop that he was having a special harpoon gun made and that he was to return with some 20 experienced men on the 22nd of August for the purpose of hunting the monster down. The constable subsequently noted that he warned the would-be Nessie slayer of the desirability of having the creature left alone, though expressed skepticism that his words would have the desired effect. So it seems like this policeman was essentially open-minded about the possibility of Nessie being real. And he wanted to protect it. So that's quite fascinating. Protecting a mythical creature. Really, there are no laws protecting mythical creatures. Well, there are, but you can't really enforce them because it's like protecting leprechauns. It's like protecting unicorns. And these are things that don't exist. So, I don't know. It's quite interesting, though. It's quite fascinating that way back in the 30s, you had at least one policeman trying to perhaps make sure that Nessie does not go extinct. Fascinating. Yowie, animal kingdom resident or hoax down under. The Yowie animal is a towering hairy cryptid often called Australian Bigfoot, and the debate over its existence has been raging for centuries. Reports of the Yowie have sparked everything from Aboriginal legends to alleged sightings across the eastern Australian states. It's often said to resemble a hideous monster with very long black hair, or sometimes even long white hair hanging over its face. With extraordinarily long arms, a flat nose, and possibly both large feet turned backward. Read on to learn the facts, theories, and recorded Yowie sightings to keep this mystery alive. Then it just goes into describing Yowie sightings in Australia's Blue Mountains. What does the Yowie look like? Well, we already saw the description above. Dean Harrison is a big name investigating the mystery cryptid. Others argue that the Yowie is nothing more than folklore, perhaps inspired by misidentified wildlife or human hoaxes. And that's always a possibility. But if that's the case, then it would have to be a hoax that goes back many centuries, because sightings of the Yowie, or alleged sightings of the Yowie, they go back quite a ways. We highly recommend everybody read Tony Healy and Paul Cropper's excellent book about the Yowie, In Search of Australia's Bigfoot. That is a really terrific record of all the different sightings. Well, maybe not all of them, at least most of them. The ones that have been reported anyway. Down under. Quite a fascinating book. And I do highly recommend it. It's a good read. Finally, speaking of hairy bipeds, video. Seattle artist aims to paint 1,000 Sasquatch heads throughout city.
It's not hard to find his magical happy-going characters around this city. Beloved Seattle muralist Henry has found many creative ways to share his art. So it's not a surprise when a brand new idea suddenly came to him.
I am going to paint 1,000 Sasquatch heads on people's garage doors, sides of their houses, sides of businesses, any public-facing surface. I will pretty much go anywhere. I think anyone should sign up. It's a big number, it's a lot. I'm doing it for free or a suggested donation. I just want to include everybody.
Henry took me on a little tour to check out some of the murals part of this project. These are the first 2 out of 1,000. It truly amazed me how many he got done in just a couple days.
The reason I'm doing this is because I actually really love painting my Sasquatch character. It's my favorite thing to do. On a bigger scale, I kind of see it as Pacific Northwest connection. I just feel like right now we just need to be more connected. This is like my favorite thing to do. Yeah, I can do this guy in my sleep. I don't know why. It's silly, it's goofy. I love painting and I love doing these smaller scale projects.
He's definitely moving really fast on this one.
I can do 10 a day. The idea is just to do it and to love doing it and really be able to express and show the world my love the best that I can. One more close to 1,000. Kind of a really empowering thing to experience as a person, to do something that you didn't think you could do. Well, maybe after 1,000 head Sasquatch project, we're gonna have to rename it 10,000. Make something up. Just make up an idea, set a goal and do it. I hope I inspire thousands of young artists. I have a lot of energy and a lot of excitement and I'm ready to paint.
The thousands.
That's pretty cool. That's very cool. Hope he's able to make 1,000 Sasquatch heads all throughout Seattle. Very interesting. Oh, there is one more thing to mention. I highly recommend if anybody goes to Salt Fork State Park, check out the Eco Discovery Center. They just opened it not too long ago. And it's really, really terrific. It's amazing. I really enjoyed it quite a bit. There is a large, hairy, or hair-covered Sasquatch made by Bo Bruns. There's a Sasquatch display there. Well, you can see my video about the Eco Discovery Center, and you can see it for yourself. Plus, they have live fish, turtles, and snakes there at the Discovery Center, at the Eco Discovery Center, which I thought was really neat. They have a pretty long, I'm not sure, I think it's a rat snake. That snake must be at least 5 feet long because it was climbing up a little tree inside its little aquarium. They have they have 4 turtles. They have a snapping turtle. They have 2 turtles that swim underwater, and they have a turtle in another aquarium. They have 2 snakes. They have several fish in 2 aquariums as well. But these are native species to Salt Fork. Although I imagine we have snapping turtles around here too. In our little canal back here. And they've caught some huge snapping turtles over the years in this canal. Which is truly amazing. Alligator snapping turtles. So there's at least 1 snapping turtle at the Eco Discovery Center at Salt Fork. But I highly recommend everybody check it out. It is amazing. It's great. It's great for kids, really. But adults will enjoy it as well. And I think John Hickenbottom has done one heck of a job with it. And they actually now have one of the Snuffy DeStefano's Sasquatch chainsaw carvings there. The entirety of the Ohio Bigfoot Conference donated and pooled their funding together to have this sculpture placed at the Eco Discovery Center. That's in addition to the large Toscano-style Sasquatch they have down on the concrete trail, down the trail, which is behind the Discovery Center. So now they have 3 Sasquatch there. So, and if you guys check out my slideshow of pictures, there's a picture of myself standing beside the outside Bigfoot. But anyway, the Eco Discovery Center is terrific, and I highly recommend, if you're at Salt Fork, don't miss out. Don't miss it. It's terrific. And that's going to do it for this week. We want to thank you very much for tuning in. You guys are the heart of the show. I always say that, I always mean it, and I will continue to do this as you guys want me to. And for 10 years, an entire decade now, I've been doing this, and I've enjoyed every minute of it, and I'm going to continue to do it. I'm going to continue to have fun doing it as well. So, until next week, y'all be good or be good at it. This is HBM's Cryptid-Corner.